What's cracking, y'all? It's your boy Junior Mafia coming back to you with another video. So I was not gonna do a recap video on Monday Night Raw. I felt like the show was kind of meh and whatnot. They had some good moments there, which I'll go into real quick. You know, returning Oscar, who was part of the Queen of the Ring tournament, and she ended up winning. Um, it was Jay winning the men's Money in the Money in the Bank King of the Ring qualifying tournament, and which was very interesting. And you know, of course, we know there's gonna be some interference and all that with Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and them, but with the help of Penta, LA Knight, you know, coming in there and stuff like that, and then. You know, after Jay winning, Seth had enough. He comes out there, looking like he about to go on attack on Jay, and then Cody Rhodes music hits, and you know, as they get in the ring, they're gonna to like throw some fisticuffs. They're just standing at each other, and Seth walks out the ring and all that stuff, and you see the stare down between Cody and Jay, which they're gonna be competing against each other next week because the winner of that match is gonna face either Randy Orton or I think Sami Zayn. So there's that. But there was some good moments on that. I do like the interaction with Bayley and Becky Lynch and all. You know, Bayley definitely was, you know, speaking some facts in her promos, and you know, Becky being the person to heal it up, coming out there when they in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and she has Chicago Bear gear on. And of course, if y'all don't know, if y'all don't follow the NFL and all that, you know it's a big rivalry always between the Packers and the Bears and all that, which the Packers always had the Bears number up until, I say, last season where they finally got a win after God knows how long. You know, that goes to show you how much the Packers owe them, but that's neither here or there. But it was some okay stuff in there. And one more thing, prayers up to Liv Morgan. She had a match with Kairi Sane, and she ends up dislocating her shoulder. We didn't know what that was firsthand when it happened because as soon as the match happened and they locked in on each other, and it looked like Kairi Sane did a low sweep to Liv Morgan, and when she came down, and I guess she tried to like soften the impact of her coming down, she ended up dislocating her shoulder and all that stuff. So, you know, prayers up to her. Hope she's doing okay, speedy recovery and all that stuff. So there's that. But I want to talk about something that just been pissing me off, and I didn't get a chance to throughout the week, out of this week because I was so busy and all that. So I'm gonna get into it now. So we had Gunther coming out there, and he pretty much is addressing the WWE universe and saying how he had respect for Jay at WrestleMania after beating him, but only for just that day and whatnot. And that was it. And let it be known that with him being champion and stuff, that, you know, he brings up Seth Rollins and saying that how he had the conversation with him, let him know whoever wins, either is you or Jay, holding that World Heavyweight Championship makes you a target. So with Gunther pretty much saying like, you know, you're a target. Like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm here in this ring, and come out here, and we'll settle it. So you were thinking for that one single solitary second, okay, Seth gonna potentially come out there. What we end up hearing? Goldberg. And there was reports about him showing up to Monday Night Raw. I didn't want to believe it. Trust me, I didn't. But this was what we end up getting. So he goes in there and he pretty much brings up about, you know, letting Gunther enjoy his night and all that as champion and all. And, you know, not try to like spoil anything. But he brings up about the altercation that happened at Bad Blood this year. And let it be known that, you know, he's looking to come after Gunther, I think July 13th or the 12th. Saturday night main event in Atlanta, Georgia, and telling him, "You're next." And then Gunther storms up out of there, and that's pretty much it. But I want to talk about this as a whole. The Gunther and Goldberg match was going to happen either way. Here's my only problem about that. Do a title have to be involved with it? Absolutely not. And this makes me believe that Jay dropping the title for almost 51 days, holding it. You give it to Gunther just to have a match with Goldberg to potentially put the title on the line. What sense does that make? Like, I don't understand that as well. And people only ask for this because in my heart of hearts, like, I wanted Jay to still hold that title up until SummerSlam. If you was gonna do this, if you was gonna go this direction, the best way you could have done this is that Gunther and Goldberg have their interaction. You build up towards that up until Saturday night main event. The match happens. Of course, we know Gunther's going to win, as we already expected. That happens. Goldberg rides off in the sunset for it to be his final match. Now, Gunther has momentum like, okay, I just finished sending a legend home, packing and all that stuff. Now let me put my attention on the World Heavyweight Championship. And this is when he put his attention to Jay. Him and Jay has that rematch since Gunther had his rematch clause after losing at WrestleMania. SummerSlam arrives. They had an action, and if Jay drops the title at that time frame, cool. It is what it is. Just know he could be able to get his gift back after. They could have went that direction. But what would make you think having Gunther be World Heavyweight Champion and him facing Goldberg with the title on the line, and it's not even on a major PLE. It's Saturday Night Main Event, which we all know. That alone, you're going to be dealing with almost 6, 7, 8 commercial breaks. It is not going to be a match full on. So that alone makes you believe, okay, like, this shit is going to be a whole bunch of fillers and all that, and we're literally going to have about, in total, 3 or 4 minutes worth of in-ring action. That's it. Everything else is going to be straight commercial break after commercial break after commercial break. So this is how I know fans aren't really going to give a shit about it. I personally didn't give a shit about it at all because we already know the outcome of this and all that, and this was just to set up Goldberg for his one last match and pretty much hang it up after that. I don't mind the match. Clearly, I don't care about it. But the simple fact that you had to put the title on Gunther just for this to happen is something I don't agree with. And I feel like wholeheartedly they fucked Jay over on this one. Now, I think the only way that this can actually work out, and it's going to sound crazy if I say this, is if the match happens and if Goldberg somehow beat Gunther, and once that's done, Seth cashes in and he becomes the new World Heavyweight Champion. That's the only way I could probably see this whole thing being saved. But outside of that, if that don't happen, what are we doing? Nobody's gonna give a shit about. So, like, that should really grind my gears so much because it's like, yo, this is the shit Vince used to do back then. Like, anytime Goldberg was in a match, if it wasn't against, one of those top superstars like a Brock Lesnar, like a Roman Reigns, but they never had the interaction because this was during the pandemic and, Roman couldn't compete because of his leukemia situation. But those top guys and all that, if Goldberg's not facing them, then he's most likely going after the title. And that's pretty much it for a literally 2 to 3 minute match, maybe even less than that. Like, you don't have to do these things at all. Well, I'm not gonna say not to do it, but not do it without the title. If that make any sense. So, like, that shit really pissed me off, and I wanted to address it. You know, when I had the opportunity to, because this was really fucking dumb. It was really dumb. And for all intents and purposes, if I was in control, Jay would have had that title still on his waist up until SummerSlam. That's it. Because this could have been a whole. This could have been done without it on the line. Because what do you gain out of that? Absolutely nothing. So that's why I stand on it, man. I want to address it because it's just that shit really been bothering me. You know, once I heard about it and just didn't want to believe the rumors, and then after seeing Monday Night Raw and how this whole thing established and all that, this makes me believe like, yo, if this was the reason why they took that title off of Jay, I got no words to say about that. Like, they completely fucked him over. So we'll see how things go and whatnot. But I had to bring that up. Yeah, I'm just speechless right now because it's like, yo, what are we doing? What are we fucking doing? So there's that. I just wanted to bring that up. But comment down below. Yeah, let me know what y'all feel about this Gunther and Goldberg situation and whatnot. Y'all rocking with it? If you're not, I definitely want to know in the comments down below. Clearly, you know where I stand at with this whole thing game. I just want this shit to be done and over with and move the fuck on. So there's that. But y'all make sure you hit that like button. Y'all make sure you hit that subscribe button. Click the notification bell so I get notified every time I drop content right here on this channel. I appreciate y'all love and support. Roll to 200 subscribers. Continue to keep God first. Trust the process on anything that you do in life. Your time will come. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next video. Peace.